Every living thing on Earth is driven by a single automatic goal: keeping the body in perfect balance. Biologists call this baseline state of physical stability homeostasis. When you move into the shade on a hot day or eat when you're hungry, your body is making tiny adjustments to maintain this equilibrium. But nature is highly unpredictable, and occasionally, a lethal threat requires an organism to abandon that comfortable balance to survive. That is why stress evolved. It is a very fast physical emergency program designed to aggressively pull your body out of homeostasis and push it to its absolute physical limits. For 50,000 years of human history, this system worked perfectly. Our ancestors faced rare, life-threatening dangers, and their biology adapted to meet them. The problem is that our modern digital world was built in a fraction of a biological second. Our environment changed wildly. Our biology did not. We are currently trying to navigate a relatively safe 21st century landscape while wired to a prehistoric, hypersensitive alarm system. Because our evolutionary hardware is lagging so far behind human progress, an ancient superpower designed to save our lives has become a biological burden that slowly destroys our health. To understand how this machinery actually operates, we have to look at the exact physical stakes it was built for. Imagine an early human hunter staring down a starving saber-toothed tiger. The instant the brain registers the predator, it floods the body with adrenaline to activate fight or flight mode. The effects are immediate and extreme. The heart rate spikes to pump emergency oxygen, muscles receive total energy priority for rapid action, and pain signals are aggressively muted so the hunter can keep moving even if injured. A second, slower hormone called cortisol then enters the bloodstream. Cortisol sustains this massive energy output by shutting down any bodily function that won't help in the next 10 minutes, like digestion or fighting off a mild cold. Eventually, the hunter either kills the tiger or escapes. The physical conflict ends, and the immediate need for survival energy drops to zero. Now the body's essential reset mechanism takes over. A biological state called rest and digest automatically activates, forcing the body to heal wounds, replenish lost energy, and restore homeostasis. This intense chemical reaction is highly effective, provided it is only used for short, dramatic bursts of physical action, followed immediately by deep restorative recovery. Today, all the saber-toothed tigers are gone. We've replaced them with intangible pressures, looming deadlines and angry emails, rush hour traffic and endless news feeds. Our brains take fear so seriously that they cannot distinguish between a charging predator and a highly critical text message. The exact same adrenaline cascade triggers for both. This line chart tracks modern stress levels, revealing a major shift in how we experience threats. Instead of one massive spike representing a predator, modern life hits us with dozens of jagged, continuous micro-stressors every single day. Because these modern threats are psychological, they require zero physical action. You don't punch an email or sprint away from a missed deadline, which means you never burn off the massive chemical surge circulating in your blood. We endure a steady drip of anxiety that tricks our biology into a permanent emergency state, eliminating the crucial rest and digest recovery phase. When adrenaline and cortisol continuously flood the body over days, weeks, and months with zero release, it creates a deadly biological condition known as chronic stress. The damage starts in the cardiovascular system. Your heart endlessly pounds to supply unneeded physical fuel, pumping blood so fast and hard that it physically tears at the walls of your blood vessels, drastically increasing your risk of a stroke. Next, your metabolism breaks down. Your body slows fat processing, storing it as dangerous belly fat, while your cells become resistant to insulin. Then an immune paradox occurs. Your body drops its disease defense to zero, making you vulnerable to infections, while simultaneously boosting inflammatory cells that aggravate your tissue and invite autoimmune diseases. Finally, the brain physically rewires itself, adapting to what it perceives as a permanent emergency. It strips away the neural pathways used for calm reflection, favoring erratic, short-circuiting pathways built for impulsive panic. You get worse at thinking clearly. Your ability to solve complex problems erodes as you fall back on impulsive survival tactics like eating junk food or snapping at loved ones, which generates even more problems. Chronic stress is the active physical destruction of every major biological system, a process that dismantles your health and dramatically shortens your lifespan. But stress itself is not inherently evil. When deployed in measured doses for acute challenges, like studying for a massive exam or running a marathon, it remains a highly effective tool that helps you reach peak performance. To use this tool safely, there is a strict biological requirement. We have to deliberately and manually force our bodies back into the rest and digest phase. Engaging in active relaxation, like taking a walk in nature, exercising, or practicing mindfulness, provides the exact scientific signal your brain needs to confirm the tiger is dead, allowing the recovery process to begin. However, if you are deep into a cycle of severe chronic stress, a rewired, panicked brain might be too compromised to simply meditate its way out of the crisis. In those instances, the single most powerful intervention is to remove the stressor entirely. That might mean deleting toxic social media apps from your phone, changing your living environment, or leaving a destructive job. If you find yourself trapped without a clear exit, seeking external help from friends, family, or professionals acts as a necessary bypass, lending you a calm brain to help untangle your own. Modern society will always throw stressors our way. They are completely unavoidable, but living in a permanent state of biological emergency is a choice. By carefully controlling our environment and actively enforcing our recovery, we can stop the damage and reclaim our oldest survival superpower.